field is the kicker, Buccaneers. And we're off and running from Raymond James. On the return, here comes Cameron Johnson. Tricks away from home. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. They're brought out by former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
There's just certain quarterbacks, the way they run on the field. You just say their name and just some adjectives and attributes pop up right away. For Baker Mayfield, scrappy, tough, a will to win. I'm not surprised at all to see himself back in the starting role. Not surprised at all to see him flourish. The dude is mentally tough, he's mentally strong, and he typically makes the most of his opportunities. This offense is now left for some ground to make up a little bit here on second down. After that drive starts, a very minimal gain.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Baker now from the gun. And he'll get him down after he gets it to the 48. Give him 8 on that one. And the Bucs have the first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Here's the give to Irving. First down. He ran. No gain on that first down run.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Mayfield set to pass. Catch me underneath that back. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Chiefs territory.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
3rd down, they need 7. Throw here, 3rd down. Oh man, this is Evans. And this one's brought down to the 33 before being stopped. 12 yards on that play, and a good call, and that's on the first.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
You know, they call the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
On the left side. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
Okay, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. The both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope you have just a little space to operate. That play action works beautifully, and the tight end, the beneficiary.
Mayfield to throw again. It's his running back. Another middle, 9 yards. Ball to about the 25. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
On 3rd and 2, here's Mayfield. That one's good to Godwin. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Shotgun handoff to Irving. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops me for no gain on that first down play. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Again for the first time to Rashawn White. He's going to stand a couple of yards, charging up the gut. Chris Jones, an All-Pro each of the last 3 seasons, who took him down. Now, after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. Third down here, need 8 on the play. They're long for him here. His perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
A 37-yard attempt.
The kick by McLaughlin is gone. And they get 3 on their first series. Hope to build on that in the drives ahead.
Maybe just a little disappointing with that good field position that it didn't yield a touchdown, but they moved the ball well. And you got 3 on that scoreboard.
McLaughlin has it on the team, and he's ready to send this flight. On the return, there's Nico over here. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So here are the Chiefs out on offense for their first drive. Leading them out, someone who Brock I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
All of us as sports fans, we know those players in the other sports that when we just think of the greatest to ever do it, a skill set that's different than everybody else, immediately a player pops in your mind. And while we have seen GOATs like Tom Brady and Super Bowl winners many times over like Bradshaw, Montana, and Aikman, there's just not many that have ever done it with the flair, the style, and the skill set of Patrick Mahomes.
Here's a gift to Hunt. Wow, funny. First guy he met, no gain on that first down run.
That's the kind of yardage. It's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. Oh, he nearly starts the game off with a pick. Just couldn't hang on to it. Good defensive play, though, regardless. It's going to bring up third down.
Those windows over the middle, the congestion, just the mass of people. If you're not on time and on target, you're not going to find a completion, especially on that down and distance.
Avoided one crisis on a dropped pick. Now they're facing another 3rd and long. To the air on 3rd and long. And downfield, he's got it. It's worthy. They're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. They get 23 on that one. And that's a Chiefs first down.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. First and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's caught by Hollywood Brown. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line.
There's no negatives ever on a great shoot for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Off play action, it's Mahomes. Finally, Brown back-to-back plays. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs finish off their opening drive. It's a Marquise Brown touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, You got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Now Harrison Butker for the point answer. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs swat the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Butker on now to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Sean Tucker. And stopped on the run back to the 27. So the Buccaneers offense getting out there for their second drive. And last drive left them in a little bit of limbo, Brock. They were happy to leave with points, obviously, but not happy that they had to settle for a field goal instead of a touchdown.
Coaches love to say on offense, let every drive end in a kick. The bronze medal's a punt, silver medal's a field goal, and now they're going to be striving for that PAT, the gold medal.
Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Baker now off the play fake. Knocked away, that's going to be incomplete. Defender there, that brings up 2nd down.
To throw at this level, there's so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
They'll try something else from the 27 this time. 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Baker. Short pass Ryan. And he's short the first after a wild game.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Motioning right is Egbuka. 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Looks like the Buccaneers made a heads-up play. Got on top of that one for the recovery. Well, they scramble back on top of the fumble. They lose a ton, though, and now they've got 4th down coming up.
Yeah, recovering it really only brought you one more play. With how much they lost on that play, well, here come the special teams. And now, well, now they got to be special.
Tampa Bay in punt formation now. Chiefs have Nico Remigio after the return. And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. Now for the second time, we're going to look at this Kansas City offense. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air. So expect some tighter coverage this time around. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got his man, that's Travis Kelce. And they're going to keep moving forward, bro, down inside the opposing 30. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, 1st down. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the 1st quarter. The Chiefs in control so far. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. About set for the 2nd quarter. Chiefs football here. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. They've got a man in motion. Throwing out 1st down, Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Jar it loose, incomplete. Another look for him, Brock, and hey, why not with the way he's playing so far? But this time, just couldn't hang on.
I think you'll see coordinators at times can't get away from something that's working. I like that they go back to him. Make them defend him and stop him. They did that time. My hunch is they'll look for that receiver again today.
Mahomes trying to get here on 2nd and 10. It's an on the in route. And he gets this forward to the 19.
Hey, one thing I learned from the late great Mike Leach is, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
3rd and 2, Mahomes to throw. There's a screen sound for Pacheco. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
This dude just simply got the nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball. Okay, get it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Back to the air, Mahomes. Catch made. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown yet. He's out of bounds.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
Pacheco has nothing on that one. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
When you get stuff like that on a 2nd down run, the focus kind of shifts to getting the 1st down, just giving your punter enough room to get the ball out.
They've been kept out so far. Need to find a couple more yards here on 3rd and goal. Here's Mahomes. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs now lead by 10. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. So, Rob, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
And when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Butker to try the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Chiefs drive their lead to 11.
Buccaneers 3.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Johnson now on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Here come the Bucs on offense now. And they find themselves trailing by 11 as they take over down 14-3. Bucs to the line. 1st and 10. Mayfield will look to throw. That's not a quick hitter. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree cake that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Mayfield now from the gun. It's on the out route. And this is going to be out of bounds. This defense catches up to him near that 45. Pick up a 12 on that play. And that will be a Tampa Bay 1st down.
And those are the completions they rely on in their passing game.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Irving here from the gun. And it can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. That's complete downfield to Godwin. That's a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers make it a one-score game in the first half. It's a Godwin touchdown. Well, Brock, that proved a little too tough to stick to. Turns out it was the right route to get a touchdown on that play.
Yeah, those cornerbacks can be some high risk at times, but big time rewards. Think about this for a second, Kate. We talk all the time about the efficiency of the slant and in breaking, that angle breaking in. At higher completion rate, you're throwing something breaking in. You have a corner that breaks out. Obviously, the efficiency may not be there, but boy, touchdowns and big touchdowns can follow when the two stay connected.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. Good one here. They've got the lead to 4 as they send it away. Mayfield with the return. And this will give him some decent field position here, Carter. This gets out to the 30. Offense heading out now for the Chiefs. And we'll see if the perfect start can continue as they try for their third touchdown in 3 drives. First and 10 now from the 30. Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line. There's a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards.
Still first down.
They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. It's a designed run from the Mahomes. They get back 8, and now they have a 7 much more manageable 7.
One may not have gotten the first, sure, that's what it was. Set the table.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. They'll air it out on 3rd. He finds one that completes. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. That goes as a gain of 25 yards. It picks up the first.
And the Kansas City Chiefs. First down. It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Kansas City.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Running out of the gun with Pacheco. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. To the air, Mahomes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it's tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess. Even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and you couldn't do it.
Finds Pacheco in the backfield. And he gets down to the 24 before he stops. They get 19 on that pickup. And it's going to be first down, Kansas City.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, first and 10. Pacheco gets it from the gun. Next snap coming inside the red zone. Brock picks up 9 on the play.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the game they did.
So it looks like it'll be second and maybe a yard as we come back, Brock, from our 2-minute warning. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up. We need the smallest little bit of yardage here with a second and inches. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone block, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume we gotta feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get that huddle reminder, now listen guys, it's going to be contested. We know it's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
As long as he's going for it. And he's going to have enough for the first down, not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with the first and goal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own numbers. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Four downs to get this across. Here's first and goal. Looking to throw Mahomes. Has it in close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Tampa spends its second timeout now. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's second and goal. Back to throw Mahomes. He's heading for the backwards. This is going to force him into third and goal. That timeout taken by the Buccaneers, and that's their final one. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down. Third and long for him here. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs blow their lead just before halftime. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs drive their lead to 11.
Buccaneers 10.
kick this one away. Johnson with a return here. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he gets it into a good spot. Just a yard or two shy of the 40-yard line. The Buccaneers send receiver Chris Godwin getting set for another go. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Baker down from the gun. Irving hauls it in. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner and depth to getting those yards, well, he translates now as a receiver in the open field.
Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4. From the gun, Mayfield. Finds the air out complete. And they get this down to 44 before he stopped. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you can take a lick at any time.
1st down, here's Baker. Someone stepped in, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Watson. And the Chiefs take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of you. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
The Chiefs taking over now, real late in this opening half. And with all their timeouts remaining, Brock, they might be able to put a little something together here. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Short pass brought in. Finds a little room there, gets him about 3 yards. They're up to the 43. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That's not a big completion on the stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's caught. It's Kelsey again. And he'll be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And that's a Chiefs 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. Finds him on the crossing route. And they're going to haul him down just step before the 30, right at the 31. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
We've set it downs for him from the 31. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Finds him over the middle. And they got him down near the red zone at the 22. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. The Chiefs bring on Harrison Butker for the field goal. It's a 39-yarder. before halftime, Brock. They're able to add 3 to their advantage.
You know that most of these coaches really don't crack that big smile till they get that W with 60 minutes over, but I see a little sly smile on that coach's face because that's terrific execution. You work those situations to pay them off with points. They did just that.
So let's see if it's a kick return that ends on half, or if we get a play from scrimmage as this one's away. And it looks like we're going to have time for one more play here, Brock, as this one goes for a touchback.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here comes the final play of our first half. He'll throw it. Launch this out left sideline, looking for something big. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And the Chiefs are stopped on that return. So that interception's going to be the final play of this opening half.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
As always, big thanks to our guy Scott Hansen and everyone down in Orlando. We're back looking at a 2-score game here, Brock, as our third quarter gets underway. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Remigio with the return. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. Out comes Kansas City. It's a fantastic first to start quarter number 3. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has it with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. First call here, coming for the shotgun. Now begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he will wind up out of bounds after a first down gain of right around 3 yards.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks calling the preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short lot route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
Running back motions right. Here's Mahomes now. Big yards on the right side. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. He felt them picking up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. He's keeping it. He'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
Kid, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass, it was a scramble. But the Nets the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
2nd and 3 now. Throwing is Mahomes. It's on the other route. And he's going to be dropped down at the 35-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
All set to go now from the 35. First and 10, it's Mahomes. Now his first real mistake, that's intercepted. Picked off by Devontae Davis. And the Buccaneers will have a straggling 30 after that tackle. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's first and 10. The give to Irving, stop his clock. He's under just a couple of yards on that carry, and that brings up second down.
He was brought down by Jimmy Tranquil. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 30-yard line.
Mayfield now from the gun. That's not a quick hitter. He's going to take this to about the 35. That's a gain of 5 on the play. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. We're in double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
On 3rd and 2, here's Mayfield. It's complete, so this is Bucca. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
First and 10 now from the 46. Irving on the inside give. Traffic at the middle there, he's bounced outside, now it's him 7. Going wrong, gets him 7, that brings up second and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
This is Irving on second. Defender gets him right on the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. And it's gone to Godwin. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
5-yard gain on the play.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Oh, they can run the option to the short side. And 2 yards out, he's going to get the first off. Stopped on the play by big Chris Jones.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Completed over the middle. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. 12 yards on that play, and a good call, and that's in the first.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, and I just showed you I could do yours. defenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First and goal. Here's Irving. Escapes the defender. He's walked out real close to that goal line at the 1. Calling a 7-yard pickup, and they're just a yard away now on 2nd and goal.
Give some credit to this offense. They almost got it done on just one play running the ball in. I gotta be honest, the first down run often leads to second down pass, but I don't think so now. Now you push that pile, go finish this drive.
The tight end in motion now. And he's going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers start the second half with some needed points. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
McLaughlin, attack on the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Buccaneers took the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. It's Brashard Smith now with the return. Who dodged the tackle. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Kansas City offense set to take the field. They certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they can really use some more points on this drive. Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pin. Nice man, that's blocked again. This play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And it's going to be 1st down, Kansas City.
So that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback. And the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
First down carry for Pacheco. And second down is going to be a little bit tougher. Can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's Chiefs football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. Offense to the line, 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Connects on the crosser. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
3rd and short, here's Mahomes. He's making a big for it. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. Even 8 yards on the play. And that's a Chiefs 1st down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end. You really see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway.
First down throw, Mahomes. All in by Gray. And they get there to take him down right around the 31.
Okay, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. The sticks.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down. A gain of 15. First down, Kansas City.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got it to him yet again, and that is caught. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down.
4 yards.
It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
I love throwing my first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
We'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. First down, you win. No gain on that first down run.
One thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
10-yard line.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Mahomes. Here's a screen sound for Pacheco. Looking down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Extra man in the secondary for the Bucs on 3rd down. Looking to throw. He's got it. And this spot's going to be close, but he does not have that first. They're going to face 4th and short.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works. They come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Looking at middle on a surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4. He's back to throw. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle, let's go. And the Chiefs double their lead to 14.
Buccaneers, 17.
Butker on now to kick this one away.
For Kansas City.
Johnson now on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Tampa Bay ready to head out to the field. And they just saw that lead stretch out to a 2-score margin now. Really makes this a must-score series late.
And Kate, you know I believe this. You can never play this game in a state of desperation, but a state of urgency got to be at sky high right now.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Baker now from the gun. He finds out on the slant. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. On the gun, Mayfield. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll go down and fight his way to the 32.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly, as a check-down outlet on short throws.
Very short, Mayfield. This is Evans. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. The stop made that time by the rookie from Florida State.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Buccaneers 14 points back. After a good pickup, their setup was 2nd and short. Baker throwing again. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
The offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Where he is to throw. Oh, he's got to run for it. He's taken down, but he's got it to the 29. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Well, there was no sense of taking a risk down the field when a 1st down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
Need to work as quick as you can here, Brock. 2 timeouts left, down 2 scores. It's 1st down. Mayfield now from the gun. He's not a quick hitter. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 21-yard line.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. No pressure on this. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're in 1st and goal.
As much as you like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
In the red zone on 1st. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
Complete to Bucky Irving.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it.
Brings up 2nd and
They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Here's Baker to throw. And no place for him to go. The Chiefs take him down. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. This drive is in trouble. Got to figure out 3rd and 12. Looking to throw it. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown. But we left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. As It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
McLaughlin attack on the extra point. The Buccaneers splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. Down inside 30 seconds now. They're all pressing on finding a way to get this football. And the Chiefs are able to make that recovery. That should lock up this win. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on first down. From the Hoops. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
Okay, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get jousts because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game. It's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chiefs. As with that, we sign off from Tampa.